Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Andy and today we're going to be showing you how to do a slick back haircut for Asian hair. This haircut right here, we're going to make it work by having an undercut on two sides and then blend it in the back while leaving the top long enough so it can slick back. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. What I usually do would be to wet the hair first so I can get all the long strand out of the way, and then I clip the hair up so I don't accidentally cut the long strand, because that would be bad. Everything that combs down is pretty much the spot that we're gonna fade. And I do the same on this side as well. Okay, for mid fade, I will start my guideline right about there. If it was a high, I'd go up there, and if it's low, I'd go all the way down here. But that's where I would do my mid, okay? You can do it both ends this way of the T-liner, or you can just move upward into it, like that. Okay, I would recommend you to go up if you're new at this, just because as you're going up, you're flicking out. So the guideline will be a lot softer, which means it's easier to take out later on. If you do it hard like this, yes, your line will be clean, but the cleaner the line, the harder it is to take out. And make sure you clean up all behind the ear and everything underneath right away. You don't want to save it to the end because you may forget and leave like a long strand behind the ear or even on the facial hair a little bit. Okay, so clean that all up as you're going along. Back here, I'm going to dip the fade down a little bit just because we're blending the back. Remember, the back is going to be long. You don't want to go as high as the side because you won't have enough room to fade in the back. So this is where I would dip it to, right about there. Right there, okay? So connect both sides. Once I dip it, I bring it back up on this side, and then I follow along. And that would be my guideline. Okay, I do see a little spot right here. Like I said, make sure you just clean up everything as you go along. Okay, that looks good. Spinning him around. This guy can be a little bit higher to match the rest. Okay, perfect. It doesn't have to be exact perfect line. Okay, you can have a little thing like that, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna fade out the line anyways. After that, I use a barberless shaver. Okay, you're gonna use that to shave everything below the line, and then make sure you leave a little bit of room so you can get rid of a line if you do have it with a shaver by going downward. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going up right here, and then once I get close to the line, I'll go down a little bit. My next part would be this clipper. This is my zero clipper, which means I only use this clipper for zeros, no guards on here at all. Okay, my next one would be the next line, which I open it all the way. When you're making a guideline like this, make sure you go all the way around to the other side, and then afterward check the front. Check the front to make sure it's the same on both sides. And if it's good, then you can continue the next step, which is to fade it out. Okay, to fade it out, you get rid of this line. If you don't know how to fade this line, what you do is you close it all the way. Okay, tap the bottom line. It's gonna bring up the line a little bit, which is what you want. And then you bring up the line a little bit, okay? Make sure there's nothing else on the bottom. If there is, that means it's a T-liner line and not a zero guard. So bring back your T-liner, hit it just a little bit, and that should get rid of the line. If it doesn't, then it's probably your skin line. I'm just going down the line, just figuring out what it is. Okay, next step, open it midway and take out that line again. It's gonna push the line up just a little bit once again, okay? And then repeat the step. Open it a little bit again until you end up getting rid of the line completely. But the higher you go on the fade, the more you have to make sure that you're pushing up the line, okay? By opening up the lever. On the back of the head, you're gonna notice the hair is a little bit thicker, so fading it out may take a little bit more time, but just continue to try your best to get rid of lines, okay? And before moving on to the next step, make sure this step is clean. The cleaner the step is, the easier the next step will be. Don't wait till the end to get rid of every single line because it's gonna be really hard to do that. The next step is my one guard, okay? And I use open all the way, pop on the one guard, and then I make the same guideline, maybe just a tad bit wider, but then it's gonna be the exact same. And again, go around the whole head, okay? And then check the front, make sure it's the same on both sides. I'm gonna add another clip in the back, just because there's a little bit of hair hanging down, and like I said, I don't wanna accidentally cut anything I don't want to cut. Next up would be the half guard, okay? The 0.5, you'll see it, pop that on, turn the lever to halfway, and we're gonna get rid of this bottom line. Hit the bottom line, don't go all the way up to the top line. Hit the bottom line and then flick out right before you get to the top, just right here, okay? Don't hit this black area, just right there. Should be going away. Once you get rid of the bottom one, open it all the way and then hit that top line that you're gonna make. Just a little bit, not all the way up to this black area, but a tiny bit right below it. You'll see what I mean when you hit it halfway. You're gonna create a new line, and that new line is what I'm talking about. That's just how it looks. We're gonna finish off this side, then we'll move to the other side, and then we'll do the back. So what's the next step I do? It would be clipper of a comb. I pop back on this clipper with no guard, close it all the way, and this difference is that I'm not gonna go in at this, okay? So when you run a guard at this, you're gonna bring it in, you're gonna round off the head, and the slick back won't look as nice because it has no area to sit on. So you wanna go straight up, so it has a little bit of hair, so when you do a slick back, it has something to sit on. That's how it stays that way. If you take it all the way in, nothing to sit on, it's just always fall down. So that's super important. When you clip up a comb, straight up. Don't go inward into the head. Up like that. Very important that way. For a clipper of a comb, the main thing that's doing the work is your left hand. Your left hand controls the shape of the head. The right hand holding the clipper is just moving the clipper left to right, left to right. It's not doing much. This hand right here is controlling the shape of it by going in and out. So, straight up. I can't. That's very important. That's why I'm saying it so many times, because it's very important. If you see a dark area and you don't like it, like up here, I think it looks perfect right now. But let's say if you look and you see a dark area. What you can do is take your thinning shears, okay, a smaller comb, put it there, and then just hit it slightly. Okay, hit it very lightly where the dark areas are. And that can get rid of the dark area without changing the shape. Super important tip there for you guys. We're on this side, same thing, halfway on the lever, go straight up, and kind of flick out as you're hitting that bottom line. And sometimes when you flick out correctly, you blend out the line in just one motion. And when you do that, it actually feels amazing, right? It's already blended. I just had it halfway and it's finished. So next step is clipper of a comb. This one is a little bit different from the side. This one you want to clip of a comb outward, okay, like that instead of straight up. You want to go out. And if there's dark areas like this, you kind of just use your thinning shears to soften it up. And this is the step where I go into a little bit of detail work. So I look from the side and I use my shears to kind of just cut out any stragglers that are hanging out too far on both sides. There you go. And then I make sure there's no hair around the ear. All right, now unclip the hair, let it drop in the back, and let's see if it blends. If it doesn't, we clean up the back just a little bit, okay? So what I do is brush the hair back. Okay, it is hanging over slightly a bit. You see it? We don't want it to look like an undercut or a tail in the back. So bring it out, angle it, and take off the little bit that are sticking out. Alright you guys, and that is how I cut this hairstyle. I hope you guys learned something. If you guys need to, make sure you rewatch the video. And if you do have any questions at all, leave it in the comment below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Other than that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.